What's the word, y'all? It's Davion Seen It. I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about my quick thoughts on City of God. Now, if you're new, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get right into it. So, City of God is a film that was released in 2002. It is about a kid named Rocket who aspires to be a photographer. Now, Rocket is the narrator slash main character, and he's basically giving you an intricate view on his life and what it's like living in Brazil. We have characters like Steak and Fries, Carrot, his older siblings, Lil Z, how he grew up to be a killer, and you have what's his name, Shaggy, his older man's, and I will say this movie was intense, but it was a really, really awesome film. I don't even want to say awesome. It was a great film. I see what the hype was about. I see what the hype is about. I enjoyed the nonlinear storytelling. Now, in Hollywood, usually with nonlinear storytelling, it gets a bit complex. It becomes a little bit hard to follow and usually doesn't really make sense if it's not executed properly. But in this movie and like other few films that have done this, they executed it properly. Now, with the storytelling, it wasn't really your traditional storytelling. It wasn't really necessarily chronological, to be exact, but we get a lot of subplots, but it also adds on to the movie's actual premise. It actually has something to do with it. Each character that occurs, at first, if you're a first-time viewer, you would think that these characters are just random characters, but you're still intrigued. You're still hooked. But it all sets up for the final scene in the movie. And that scene is the scene that they use to open up the film in the first place. And then we get the transition, and then that's how we get this story. Now, I want to talk about the subplots. I want to talk about a few characters, new characters that got added on like halfway in the movie. I want to talk about Knockout Ned. Now, Knockout Ned. Now, Knockout Ned, he was an innocent dude, wanted to mind his business until they killed his little brother. So after they killed his little brother, he decides to go hang with Carrot, the white boys, and they started committing a string of armed robberies. So Ned ends up killing someone, killing an officer at the bank. Now we get towards the end of the film, and we realize that officer is what's that boy's name? Let me look him up real quick. Bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna start giving y'all movie reviews. Was it Steak and Fries? I think it's Steak and Fries. Correct me if I'm wrong. Steak and Fries ends up getting revenge on Knockout Ted during a shootout between Ted's crew, aka Carrot's crew, and Lil Z's crew, and Rocket is right in the middle. So you get all these storylines combined together, all these subplots, and the main plot mixed together, and then you have like this real epic final conclusion. I want to talk about the tone of the film. Now, the tone of the film was dark, but it was authentic. I appreciated how they didn't really want to hold any bars. They wanted to just give it to us straight. And it wasn't really a movie that was overwhelmed with violence, anything like that. Most people think that the more violent a film is, the better it is. In no case it isn't. That's not the case at all. One scene I want to talk about is the foot scene. Now, if you know what the foot scene is, being how long this movie's been released, you know what I'm talking about. And that was a disturbing scene. And it was sad watching that, because the kid watched his best friend die right in front of him while receiving a bullet to the foot. Now, this little Z character is, I don't know who didn't hug him, but something about killing just turns him on. So he's basically like Mad Max and Tommy from Power and Old Dog into like this one entity that's just dangerous. Now, the actors who portray these characters, you can tell they're not, trained actors, but they know what they know. You know what I'm saying? They bring that realness to the film, which is why people have been ranting and raving about it the last 20 years. The storytelling was on point. The cinematography was on point. Everything about this movie was good. I'm kind of disappointed I tuned into it a little late. But, I feel like for any up-and-coming filmmakers that wants to make films, I feel like this one should be on your list to study from, because you can learn a lot as far as editing, camera work, storytelling. This is how you tell a proper non-linear storyline. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's all. I mean, it's just so much I can say about this film, but I'm just keep it simple like that. This movie was great. Awesome storytelling, good acting, and the conclusion at the end. We got like a happy conclusion after all the madness has been handled, and the big bad Lil Z is no longer here with us. And oh, I want to talk about the little kids. Those little kids are some savages. But yeah, that's my little review on City of God. If you want me to do more reviews on movies, I will start doing that. Snowfall's coming to an end, and I want to have something to talk about. So this is not perfect, obviously, but it's something for y'all to tune into, and it's another step. But anyway, that's my review. Y'all be easy out there. All right, y'all? Be easy.